Hey, Stu, how are you doing?
Hello, Joe. It's lovely to see you. How are you?
Pretty good, but not as good as you right now.
Well, it doesn't get much better. You might be able to see a little hint of what's coming up behind me.
Stu, watch out behind you.
Yes. Have a little look there. We've got an action-packed morning today with the incredible Pablo, who you're going to meet in a second. But just really quickly, an update from Darwin 200. As you mentioned, the ship has been sailing south from Uruguay. Last world's most exciting classroom, of course, beamed into live to the ship while it was sailing. It arrived a few days ago in the beautiful city of Puerto Madryn, and we have 5 amazing Darwin Leader projects, studying a rainbow of subjects from pumas to seabirds to grasslands to whales and dolphins. So we're featuring them next week if anyone would like to join. Well, I'll show you now the stars of our event today on this beautiful beach here in southern Argentina. We're very, very honored today to be joined by some very special conservationists. The incredible Pablo and the equally incredible and wonderful Candela. And we're going to have a report later from Joe from the Darwin, from Grant from the wonderful Darwin 200 team on RIAs. But first to our wonderful penguin conservationist friends. Pablo.
Hello, how are you? It's great to be with all of you. I'm thrilled to be here with my colleague Candela. And we are in the middle of a fantastic penguin colony. The name of these penguins is Magellanic Penguin because it was Ferdinand Magellan that described them and found them like 500 years ago. That's why it is called after him, Magellanic Penguins. And this is a very special colony with 8,000 breeders. There are 8,000 males and females that are breeding chicks, and that's what they are doing right now. But you know what? We discovered this colony 15 years ago when there were only 12 penguins, but they were in deep trouble because there were severe disturbance. There were a lot of people coming here, not respecting the birds. There were reckless people throwing garbage, making barbecues close to the nest. So they were setting the bushes on fire close to the penguins. They were bringing dogs and other problems, and they were hunting. So we started working very hard with our team from the Global Penguin Society to protect this colony. And you know what? The penguins responded to that. And year after year, they kept on coming. And as I told you, 15 years ago, there were 12. Now, there are more than 8,000 breeders. And that's what we are doing here. We do research. We protect the colony. We protect the ocean that penguins need to find the food. And we also bring a lot of kids and children that live close to the penguins, just like you, because sometimes they don't have the chance to visit them. So we want them to know what penguins need, because when they grow up, just like you, they will be able to protect the colony, to protect the penguins, and all our planet. And now I want you to introduce Candela.
Hi, I'm part of the Global Penguin Society research team, and we are doing the monitoring of this colony and another one of the Magellanic Penguin too. And we are doing the monitoring of the babies now in November and first days of December. We're having eggs, and we are monitoring the eggs. Penguins lay 2 eggs per season, and we follow weekly this colony. And so if the babies are okay, if the eggs are okay. Also, we put some equipment to them to record the trips that they do to feed the chicks. They go to the sea to find the food and bring it to the chicks in this season. And we put some equipment to know the routes of the penguins on the sea. And also we attach underwater cameras that record the behavior on the water of the penguins. And we can see where they feed, if they interact with other animals and each other too. So it's so interesting to take all this data in this colony.
So one of the amazing things about these penguins is that they can live up to 35 years, which is a lot for an animal of this size. And the other thing is that they're very loyal to their nest. They really love their nest. And year after year, when the breeding season starts, like most of them, they come to the same nest and they meet their partners. And we have followed couples that have stayed together for at least 17 years. they swim a lot. You see them that they look very fragile, they're very small, but you know what? They swim 10,000 miles per year. And that means that if they live 35 years, during their lifetime, they are swimming the equivalent as going around the planet 12 times swimming. So these are amazing creatures. They're very well adapted to live. They have adaptations to live in the ocean, but also to live on land because they need a dry place to build a nest and to take care of the eggs and the chicks. And now we can introduce you to the chicks, the penguin chicks that Candela was naming. So Candela just found one of them.
Right there,
Listen out.
right there, we had one chick in this nest, and right that is the another one.
Oh, yeah.
They have two chicks, two beautiful chicks, so healthy, and she's taking care of them. They're so beautiful.
So I'm not sure if you heard that. There was 2 chicks there. Could you see them okay? We'll have another quick look.
Yeah, let's take another look. Oh, that's absolutely beautiful.
I don't think a penguin like that has ever seen an iPhone before, so it's having a little look.
Probably not.
Candela, how many chicks would each pair have a year?
Yeah, they lay 2 eggs and they raise 2 chicks per season. And almost every year they put 2 eggs and have 2 chicks. In the breeding season, there is from October, late October to January. In January the chicks fledge and they go to the sea for the first time.
Wow.
And then they have the molt time that is in April. And then they go to the migration trip that is 5 months on the sea feeding, and it's always they're always in the sea. And
I think Pablo wants to explain how they actually raise their chicks. How do they do it, Pablo?
Yeah, so one of the main problems for the penguins is that they want to protect the eggs and the chicks from predators and also from the sun. So they build 2 kinds of nests. Some of the nests are on the bushes. We don't have trees in this area because it doesn't rain a lot, but we have small bushes. But the penguins, they build their nests under the bushes, but also they dig burrows. And if you take a look here, for example, or here, we have a fantastic burrow. So they dig a hole on the ground using their bill and also their flippers and their feet. And then it's like a small cave. And then they incubate the eggs inside the cave. You can see here inside. Some of them are very, very deep. So this nest is fantastic because it has a big roof. So the aerial predators like other gulls or other birds, they are not able to go into the nest to steal the eggs or eat the chicks. But it's also fantastic in the summer because it's a roof. Because this is interesting. There are 18 different species of penguins on our planet. And only four of the 18 species of penguins on our planet, only 4 live in Antarctica and they like the ice. So the other 14, they live in areas just like this one. This is warm. They don't like cold temperatures. When winter comes to Patagonia, they go to the north. They go to Brazil. They go there and they spend the winter there because the temperature is better. They have more food. So this is important to remember. Not all the penguins like the ice. The only penguins, this is because most of the Hollywood movies, Happy Feet, The March of the Penguins, they were made with Antarctic species. And we think that all penguins like the ice. But in summer, we have temperatures of over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is over 40 degrees centigrade. So these penguins are adapted to live in the ocean in cold temperatures, but they have adaptations to cope with the extreme heat. Of course, penguins do have problems now. Out of the 18 species of penguins, half of them are considered threatened. And this is because penguins are facing problems in the ocean and also on land. In the ocean, fisheries, also pollution, and when they are on land, they are affected by human disturbance, as this colony before, and also by the human disturbance and the introduction of new predators, And this is what we do. We do research so we can identify what penguins need. And we work very hard to protect the habitats, the places that penguins need to breathe. but also to eat. We create protected areas here so penguins are safe. They can have a happy life. They can breed the chicks, just like Candela described, in a safe environment. And when they go to the ocean, we make sure that they are safe in the ocean. They can find enough food.
There's just a nice big group coming here. Pablo, perhaps you can explain why these guys are walking down to the water and why they move inland and out to the sea again.
Right.
So just have a little look here. Guys, I'm not sure if you can see, but there's penguins all over the place. We'll have a quick little walk around, then we'll get the answer from Pablo.
All
We can
right.
walk together with the penguins.
Yeah.
We can see them heading to the ocean. That's so cool, Stu. It's amazing.
So they're nesting in their burrows all up in this area here. And we'll find out from Pablo. Look over here, look. There's lots of them coming to the sea. Let's find out from Pablo why they march. Why do they nest inland and then go to the water? Look, all of them, look. All the way along here. Pablo and Candela, why do these penguins march inland all the way up there and then come down to the sea? Why do they do this? Why do they make so much energy to go inland?
So it's unbelievable, but some penguins, they nest 1 kilometer far inland. So imagine you are a penguin. You have to go into the ocean. You have to swim hundreds of kilometers, get the food, come with the food in your stomach. But then when you come on land, you have to walk all the way because penguins do not fly. So they have to walk all the way, get to the nest and feed the chicks, you know. It is very interesting because there are like highways and routes and streets within the penguin colony. So they leave their nest, they meet with other penguins, they get together, and then they go into the ocean. We call penguin highways. And it's interesting because they are very active going to the ocean early during the day. And then at dusk, at the end of the day, they go back to the colony, most of them. And it's amazing because at that time of the day, they start braying. You know, the way they vocalize, it's like a donkey. They go like, huh, 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 huh. But imagine thousands of penguins braying at the same time. I think it's one of the most amazing wildlife spectacles on the planet. And we are so thrilled to introduce you to our penguins today.
Look, there's some more coming down here. Look, Candela, look, there's a little group there. Do you think those guys are hungry? Are they going out to sea for food?
Yeah, they are right here. We can see in some time they are purposing. They are jumping out of the water to swim faster, to get the food faster. And they are here in the beach, like hanging out, and also are near of the sea because of the heat. The wind of the sea are so fresh, so they are here like.
What predators do you think the penguins would have? What animals? A predator means an animal that eats another animal. What predators do you think they would have here?
They had here elephant seals, also least usual. We can see orcas here too, and also sea lions eat penguins. Yes,
wow.
They are the three main predators in this area.
Is the population going up here, or is it going down, or is it stable? What's the population doing?
Now it's going up, but we are continue the monitoring to see how the colony responds with the changes of the environment generally.
I just have to show you, there's a little guy here coming right past us. Look. Oh, we don't want to scare the poor little chap, but he's having a little walk down to the water. There he is there.
So many things that we can do for penguins, even if they don't live in our country, even if we don't have an ocean. You know, penguins, we protect the penguins, but we protect the oceans. The oceans provide oxygen. Every time we breathe, every 2 breaths we take, the oxygen of one comes from the ocean. And the ocean also provides food and regulates the weather on the entire planet. Right now, for example, penguins are affected by plastics, even in this remote colony. So plastics come from all over. And if we can avoid single-use plastics, that is a big help for penguins. But there are so many things. You can talk to your peers. You can talk to your parents, to your grandparents. You can post something on social media about something that concerns you. And what I love about penguins is that when we protect their places, they thrive. And this colony is a perfect example that conservation is worthwhile and rewarding. we started working here and it was very hard and we were alone, but penguins were responding to our efforts. And now we see this huge colony. So this can be applied to all the planet and to all the species that live close to everybody. If we protect the places that they need, they will thrive, and we will make a much better planet for them and for all of us.
So if you look around carefully, there's some penguins peeking out of their burrows. What are they up to, Pablo?
So this is a pair of Magellanic penguins. So both the male is here, so you can see that they are slightly bigger, and this is the female. These penguins, they don't have chicks. They don't have chicks this season, but as you can see, this is the nest as we described. They are protected by these bushes, so there's some shadow here, and you can see the difference in the size. This is the male, bigger, and this is the female. The head is
male, female, boy, girl.
Yes,
exactly. The father, the mother. And we determined that because the size of the head is larger on males, and also the size of the bill is bigger on males in general. So we measure the bill to determine if it's a female or a male.
So while we're exploring, a question came in via the chat. The students noticed a lot of penguins seem to just be standing at the shoreline.
Muchos
penguins when they're just standing
cerca el mar. Porque ellos quedan allá.
Yeah. So at this time of the year, some pairs, they lost their chicks or the eggs. That's normal. That happens. So when they don't need to be in their nest, they just can go to the ocean. But the other thing is that one member of the pair can stay in the nest with the chicks, but the other one, before going into the ocean, they spend some time on the beach, and they do the same thing when they come back. That's why you see like large groups of penguins there. They print their feathers. The feathers are very important for them to keep them waterproof and to keep their body temperature. So they print their feathers, they comb their feathers, and then they go back into their nests.
All right. Well, let's maybe check out one more group of penguins, and then we'll have to let you guys continue your exploration for the day.
Oh, Candela's got one. Candela, what have you got there?
because we have here an example of that. We tell there is one member of the pair that are taking care of the chicks in the same time as the other one are taking food on the sea. So we can see here one with the two chicks there.
So the babies?
Yes, the two babies there, right there.
Hello, little penguin. Oh, sorry, it's a bit tricky to show you the babies. There's the little chicks down there. There's two of them. Can you guys see?
Yeah, they're tucked in behind.